The book of James, chapter 5, verse 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Verse 2, your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Verse 3, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth to sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai's sake. My brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of James, chapter 5, verse 1 through 3, is I'm going to show a couple of articles, all right, of these rich Edomites, okay, getting fat in their pockets, living a luxurious life, while Jake, when I say Jake, I'm talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, all right, you are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, all right, are catching nothing but hell, all right, especially when it comes to this, okay, rigged economy. So this first article says, stuck in a conundrum. U.S. sees rising economic polarization. And when you go to the word conundrum, it means a confusing and difficult problem, okay? Because the wealth gap, all right, the resources are still kept in the hands of a few, which are these Edomites, starting with the international bankers, all right, what they call today the Illuminati. It says the U.S. may have the largest economy in the world, but it is also the most economically polarized country in the West. It has long been stuck in a situation in which the rich get richer and the poor become poorer. The problem was further exacerbated, meaning causing more harm, by the onslaught of the crown when economic recession led to massive job losses and deterioration in the economic situation of low-income earners. All right, now let's go to another article. Israelite employment hurt most by recessions. Research. Right, they went through every recession that happened in America. And who got hit the worst? Okay, who got hurt the worst? Jake. All right. Israelites forced to rely more heavily on family and friends to handle financial shocks. All right. Most Southern Kingdom children, and you could throw in Northern too, live in neighborhoods that lack amenities associated with child well-being. Right. Okay. So, you know, this is the conundrum. All right, an ongoing conundrum, ongoing problem that's never fixed. And that's why I brought out the book of James, chapter 5, verse 1 through 3, because, hey, you Edomites are going to be judged for this shit, all right? Now, let's go to the book of Lazarus, all right? The book of Luke, all right, chapter 16, which talks about the rich man and Lazarus, all right? This is a parable, okay? But from those articles, you should understand now this parable a lot much easier. The rich man represents Esau, Edom, the international bankers, first and foremost. All right, the Illuminati, the Rothschild, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Oppenheimers, okay? And Lazarus represents Jacob, the Israelites, okay? And this is Yahweh Shai speaking. Luke chapter 16, verse 19. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day. Now, when you go into the NLT version of it, it says, Yahushua said, there was a certain rich man who was splendidly clothed in purple and fine linen and who lived each day in luxury. All right, this is talking about who? The Edomites, the so-called white man, white woman, white child, okay? Now, if you are a so-called white man, white woman, white child that's listening to this and you don't feel, okay, that you're living luxury, well, you need to go yell at your fellow brethren, your fellow, okay, Edomite, rich brethren and tell them, hey, where's my cut? Where's my piece of the pie? Okay? You are what I consider a two-time loser. All right? If you're not living it up. Just throwing it out there. Okay? Now, how was Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, able to obtain his riches? All right? Well, the prophecy that Isaac, spoke of. So let me get, I got it right here. Genesis chapter 27, verse 39. This is Isaac speaking to Esau, all right, because Esau was crying, all right, because he got supplanted by Jacob for the blessing, all right. But guess what? Your Esau and you Edomites that want to downplay what happened here, all right, because you got a lot of these plantation Christian Edomites that like to downplay on what Jacob did. Like, oh, Jacob supplanted his brother. You know, he was being deceitful. Okay, listen, all right? It had to play out that way because your forefather Esau already gave up his birthright for some lentils. Okay? So he despised his birthright. Let the record be clear. So now, and again, all right, Isaac's wife, Rebecca, already knew the prophecy. All right, the elder shall serve the younger. Okay? That's why she made sure that Jacob would get, okay, the blessing from Isaac. So let's now read this part right here. Genesis chapter 27, verse 39. Isaac, his father, answered and said unto, behold, thy dwelling. So now this is the only blessing you got, Esau, Edom. All right? Because you were given a blessing too. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. Right. So this is a condition. All right. Heaven can be also known as a condition. Somebody's living in their heaven on this earth. All right. And it's the elites, the Illuminati. All right. They're living in their heaven, while Jake is living in their hell. We're going to get back to the story of the rich man and Lazarus. 40. And by thy sword, here's the point, shalt thou live. Right. So with the sword is how you're able to obtain the riches, and only through the sword is how you're able to keep the riches. This is the reason why Esau is constantly in perpetual war. Okay? They make money off of war continually. That's why there'll never be peace on earth until Esau, Edom is taken out of power. Okay? Meaning the so-called white man is taken out of power. Meaning America, the government, is taken out of power. And the Russian government is taken out of power. And the French government is taken out of power. And the British government is taken out of power. Okay? And so on and so forth. Wherever there's an Edomite government established, it must be taken out of power. But more specifically, all right, America, because America's the hammer of the whole earth. All right, now when you go into thou live, it means to live, have life, remain alive, sustain life, live prosperously, right? So that's you, Esau, the rich man right now, okay? By the sword, you're living good. This is how you're able to sustain your life. Let's go back now to Luke chapter 16, verse 19. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day. 20. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores, right? And them sores represent, okay, the hell that we're going through, all right, starting with slavery, okay? Because, all right, from slavery, them wounds were never closed. We're still at the bottom, all right? We were conquered nation, all right? Since slavery, they even give it out here. Let's go to the precept. That's not it. Isaiah chapter 1 verse 6. From the sole of the feet even unto the head there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and petrifying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment. Right, okay? Since we were conquered as a people, all right, we have never been healed. All right, still at the bottom, still catching hell. All right. While you rich people, you Edomites, are living it up. Okay? "21, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table." Right, you got your social programs, right? You got these dead-end jobs, okay, which are the crumbs. All right, shit. Those jakes that sell their soul for $1 million, all right? Those are the crumbs. Because again, the international bankers, the elites, they own everything. They own countries, okay? They own people. They own cattle. They own land, okay? "And desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table, moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores." Right, these other nations. All right, that's why when you go to a ghetto or barrio, who do you see at the gas station? Okay, managing the gas station, Elam, right? Or you go to any restaurant, okay, like the Chinese food restaurant, where that's Moab, right? Always in our neighborhoods, okay, exploiting us, even though we're at the bottom. The hair products, Southern Kingdom, right? Because you're the main ones that love to go put on other people's hairs, okay, which is totally bugged out stuff. You're putting a heathen's hair on your head, okay, bugged out. That's why you're all bugged out in the mind, all right? But you go into Elam or Moab, okay, and these are these other nations, those dogs, okay, exploiting us, all right, and taking whatever little crumbs that we have, okay? 22, "And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried." 23, "And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and sees Abraham far off and Lazarus in his bosom." Right, because again, the promises, all right, never changed. The covenant was never broken. All right, Abraham's seed, the Israelites. Abraham begot Isaac. Isaac begot Jacob. Jacob begot the 12 tribes. Okay, we're gonna be on top of the kingdom of heaven, while you Edomites, you're gonna be in hell. You're gonna be tormented. Okay, you're gonna be catching, okay, that ass whooping in slavery. All right, and it only makes sense, man, because look at the shit that we're going through now, man. All right, you're showing no mercy, man, for our people. 24, "And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me and send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame." Right, all right, because it's role reversal, all right? And this is a parable, man. Role reversal. Good movie to watch with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy, Trading Places, all right? The director was Aaron Russo, all right? Who talks about the digital all, the M to the O to the B. He was being interviewed by Alex Jones, okay? Trading Places is about, okay? It's about to happen. And you Edomites, you're going to catch hell. You're going to go through, okay, hardcore slavery. 25, but Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest the good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. Right. And notice how Abraham brought him back to remembrance, said, hey, man, when you were living, okay, in Babylon the Great, getting this, this fiat currency, well, no, excuse me, they own the fiat currency, all right? And they own America, and they have homes here, but when you were living well in Babylon or in England or wherever you were at, okay, you had the high life, all right, while the Israelites were catching hell, okay? They were at the bottom, first fire, last hired. Every time there's an economic shock, who gets the brunt of it? Who gets the worst of it? So-called Negro, Latino, Native American, all right? This is the reason why when the Lord's people are put back into power, okay, you're going to be the one in slavery. You're the one going to be the one catching hell, all right? Because you show no mercy when they were at the bottom. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. Right, what's the comfort? The kingdom of heaven, all right? Again, Lazarus represents Jacob. And thou art tormented, 26. And besides all this, between us and you there is a great gulf fixed, right, meaning a separation, so that they which would pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that would come from thence. 27. Then he said, I pray thee, therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house. 28. For I have 5 brethren, that he may testify unto them, lest they also come into this place of torment. All right? So the rich man is like, hey, warn my brethren. All right? Warn my brethren, Abraham, right? But watch what Abraham said. 29. Abraham saith unto him, they have Moses and the prophets, let them hear them right. Because the Lord set up his prophets, all right, to warn you Edomites of your coming judgment, okay? Everything you did to us is going to be put onto you, doublefold, okay? You reap what you sow, all right? You've been warned. And we know, okay, that you devils are not going to change, man. You devils are not going to change, all right? That's why when the Lord, in Revelation, let me get that, all right? Because clearly, all right, these Edomites are not going to change, man. All right, the Lord is going to, okay, take them out of power. And then they're going to realize when they have them chains around their neck, okay, that they should have never oppressed the children of Israel. But it says, neither repented. It's in Revelation. Yeah, here we go. Revelation 9 and 20. Well, Revelation 19:19. Well, let's go to Revelation, because this is talking about the destruction. Revelation 19 and 17. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouth issued fire and smoke and brimstone. Right? Now this is talking about the nuclear destruction, the intercontinental ballistic missiles. All right? That's what John saw. 18. But these 3 was the third part of men killed by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouth. Right. And so let's talk about mainly you Edomites. All right. You're the third part of men. 19. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails, and for their tails were like unto serpents and had heads, and with them they do hurt. Right. Okay. That's the destruction, man. All right, at lake of fire, which is America, Babylon the Great. Okay? 20. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, and they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk. You see that? So they still didn't repent. Okay? That's the reason why hardcore slavery, 1,000 years, man. Okay, you're going to be catching your hell. You're going to be catching your affliction, man. All right? Your torment. 20. Neither repented they of their murders, nor of their sorceries. Right. Sorcery, alchemy, the printing press, the money, the Federal Reserve, central banking. That's That is sorcery, man. Printing something out of thin air, and then now you got it on a computer electronically, creating digital currency. That's fucking sorcery. Bitcoin, CBDC, sorcery, man. And you're going to be dealt with accordingly, you Edomites, you fucking piece of shit Edomites, man. Nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts. Okay? Thefts, right. Stealing. Man, stealing the resources of the Israelites. You still didn't repent for that. After the Lord had destroyed your kingdom. That's why 1,000 years of slavery. All right? And he said, nay, Father Abraham, but if one went unto them from the dead, they will repent. 31. And he said unto him, if they hear not Moses and the prophets, neither will they be persuaded, though one rose from the dead. Right, they're not going to be persuaded, even though we're bringing out the information that, like, you see what the hell you piece of shit Edomites are doing, okay? The whole system is tilted towards your favor, okay, continually, all right? Jake is just catching hell left and right, okay? And you're showing no mercy, no remorse, all right, no compassion. That's why you're going to get your judgment, all right? And that's why, okay, when the kingdom comes, hardcore slavery, okay? And all right, you're going to be tormented, okay, afflicted, all right, for 1,000 years. And then after that, read the book of Obadiah, all right? It's a barn fire time. You reap what you sow. And with that, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who grew well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep it door. Keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Keep pushing. Keep fighting. Keep studying. Pray without ceasing. Pray for each other. Pray for the apostles and elders. As you can see, we're almost out of here. You know, the Lord's exposing these devils. The Lord's going to take them out of power. All right, we're just waiting on that digital all, the M to the O to the B, and that's it. That's it. And with the sisters that do watch, the few that do watch, keep studying when you pray. Pray, cover shalom and a Bible ball. Shalom.